I don't know about y'all, but I had a good time, guys. Had a good time. Syracuse beat Clemson. Okay, they didn't just beat them. They beat them by double digits. At one time, they were up by like what, 20 in Death Valley. Not a neutral site. No, this is no offense to Syracuse. Fran Brown, to quote one of the announcers, said Fran Brown just outcoached Clemson. That's been happening a lot recently. Been happening a lot, hearing that statement. They got outcoached. We hear that all the time. But congratulations to Fran Brown. The guy can coach. The guy knows what he's doing. I hate that Steve Angeli got hurt. Coming into this game, he was the second leading passer overall. The guy was having a really good day. He leaves in a boot. I hate that for him. I don't want any. It's just a game. Clemson or football in general, college football is just a game. So I don't want anyone hurt. But for the part of me who loves college football and loves Clemson football, I told you in the preseason that with this roster, if Clemson lost 3 games in the regular season, it would be a catastrophic failure. Go check out my videos before the season. You heard me say that. Even when I was talking about, hey, this could be a special season, I kept saying that. If they lose 3 games in the regular season, this would be a catastrophic failure. They're now 1-3. I also want to I want to look at something. I want to make sure that my statement is 100% on par with the statement I'm about to make. So out of the last 4 home games, Clemson is 1-3 now. Right? 1-3. They lost to South Carolina at the end of the season at home. They lost to LSU at the beginning of the season. And they just lost to Syracuse. They're now 1-3 in their last home games. When would you have ever thought that you would witness that? Next up, if you count their last ball game, starting with South Carolina, they are, let me see, they're 1-3 now, and their last 3 ball games of the season last year, they were 1-2. All right, so they're 2-5 in their last 7 ball games. You don't have to cherry pick that. I mean, that's the truth. I pull for my Tigers, love my Tigers, but I stand by what I said in the preseason. If Clemson loses 3 regular season games with this roster, it's a catastrophic failure. They are 1-3. And here's what I'm going to say. I want to talk about, I made some notes just so I could get straight to the point. Just some notes. Remind you, Syracuse was 17.5-point favorite. Now, I know that we had a lot of fans leave because of the 90-plus minute delay. So the stadium was not as full, but even before the rain delay and after, you heard boos from the fans. But then something much more detrimental to Clemson happened. You didn't hear anything. That's because reality is setting in. That's worse than anger, folks. And that's from the people who clear their calendars, pay outrageous ticket prices. Yes, I'm going to always bring up money. When you have as much money as involved with this football team, we need to stop running from it, and that needs to be like point blank. I've talked about this before. If I go to a really nice steakhouse, I'm paying $400 for the meal. They better not walk. If they bring out a McDonald's Happy Meal to me, I should be livid. People are clearing their schedules, planning weddings and family events around their Saturdays. And this is going to change now. People aren't going to do that anymore. And folks, I want to tell you, this is just not a bad night. This is a program trend. Last year, I know because this Syracuse team, well, not really this one, they lost a bunch of their talent. But Fran Brown got Clemson into an ACC championship appearance last year that they did not deserve to be in, and you know it, and I know it, and this proves it. Last year, they lost to Georgia, they lost to Louisville, they lost to South Carolina, and they lost to Texas in the first round. Every time they play a decent team that will actually put up a fight, they lose. And last week, we looked at Brent Key and we said, okay, this could be the wake-up call. No, Fran Brown, and listen, Fran Brown is a coach, man. I really like what he's doing there. And congrats to you, Syracuse fans. But one more time, that roster shouldn't have beat this roster because most of his starters from last year, gone. His quarterback, his running back, his leading three wide receivers, gone. They just came into Death Valley and did that. And all of these records that we're hearing about, how Clemson went to all these playoffs and this, that, and the other, yes, that was impressive. You need to realize that the vast majority of all that success, the coaching staff that was over that has been gone for a while. That's why you're getting what you're getting. So if you're waiting for this to magically turn around, I've got some really horrible news for you. It's not changing anytime soon. And I doubled down on that. It's not going to change anytime soon. You know, last year when Coach Sweeney went on his rant, I said last year, I'm sorry, 2023, he went on his rant before the Notre Dame game when Tyler from Spartanburg made the infamous call into the call-in show. And from that point on, Clemson turned things around. They beat Notre Dame, which, by the way, I think they were ranked number 10. That's the last top 10 team that we've beat. That's the only top 10 team we've beat in like 5 seasons. So, again, anytime we face a really good team, we got our heads slammed against the wall, and there's nothing. I don't care if they played last year. I don't care if they were a 4-star. I don't care if you're giving them NIL money, losing. I don't care if you go out and you're paying your coaches a ton of money, losing. And it's not going to change, folks. But what I was saying, I got off subject. Sweeney gave that, he lost it, and then his team responded. Folks, he lost it just 4 days ago. And his team today, it looked like they were even more lost than what they were before. The team, they are not invested. If you look at them, they are not invested. They are not buying in. There's no excitement on the sideline. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's terrible. I'm not saying that all the players on Clemson's football team are doing terrible. I'm not saying that. But as a whole, this team does not look like there's no energy. And folks, I'm going to tell you this. That comes from the development and the lack of the development of the coaches, positions coaches that we've been questioning for a long period of time. And it's a problem. I'm not going to sit on here and rant. I have a ton of you in here. I don't think I've ever had this many people on my channel at one time. And I'm going to tell you this. There's 644 of you in here live, which is crazy for a channel my size. I'm glad you're here. Even if you want to hear me cry, I'm glad you're here. I hope you'll subscribe. At least give me some relief from my pain. Subscribe and pass it along to anyone who loves college football or loves to make fun of Clemson or loves Clemson. Here's my final thoughts, and then I'm getting out of here. I'm going to say this. I love my Tigers. Grew up in that area. Will continue to pull for them. I don't want Dabo Swinney fired, but I'm going to make this comment, and Coach Swinney will probably never see it. Coach Swinney, I am asking you as someone who has admired the success that you have had. I'm asking you not to walk back out in a press conference ever again and give a good talking to the fans about how you'll leave if they don't want to win anymore. Because Coach Swinney, I say this with deep respect, and I mean this, I'm not being a jerk here. You're not winning anymore, sir. You're not. And all of that success you talk about, the vast majority of it was with a coaching staff you no longer have. So today I'm going to appeal to you. You can face it now and make the proper changes, even if it's painful, even if you have to let go of former players, even if you have to let go of people who are friends of yours, and go bring in the best people into Clemson. You can do that now, or you can watch your legacy waste away. Also on top, throw the cherry on top, that you're coming out and you're making statements that it's making you just, quite frankly, look bad. I can't change anything. Folks, y'all can't change anything. But I will tell you who will make changes. Donors. I'm not talking about people who signs up for the lowest plan of IPTAY. I'm talking about people who gives millions and loves to see their names on the sides of buildings. Legacy givers. And there's a lot of those. And you better believe that the president and the AD this week will be hearing from them in full force, because Clemson football is no longer elite. And we have to admit, I don't know if they ever will be anytime soon. Y'all take care of yourself. Please subscribe. And as always, go Tigers.